Down with me, you down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping round the whole town for me. They mama proud, got 1,000 in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What It Odds Podcast, episode 7. Here with your boy JMX. Here with my co-host Ryan. And Ryan, man, how you been? Talk to me.
Man, I'm good now. I just finally got over this sickness, so I'm chilling now. I got my voice back on. I've just been trying to hydrate, stay good. How about yourself? How you doing?
Oh, I've been good, man. Sorry to all the people. I haven't been as active as I wanted to be. College is kicking my ass. Got some exams coming up, but other than that, I've been doing good. Can't really complain. Blessed. Um, But yeah, everybody. So week 4 is here. I don't think me and Ryan gave our stuff for the Monday night games. So yeah, we're gonna talk about those first, and then we'll get into tonight games and then our predictions. So starting off with the Monday games, Jacksonville. So we're gonna start off with the first game first. Jacksonville went to Buffalo. And oh boy, Jacksonville got smoked to say the least, 10-47. Josh Allen had him through a party. I think in the first half he had 3 touchdowns. He finished the game 23 of 30, 263 yards, 4 total touchdowns. He was also their leading rusher. Khalil Shakir was the leading receiver with 72 yards and a touchdown. Um, I mean, they were just all over the place, to be honest. Like it was just Jacksonville lost this game very early. It was nothing else that they could have done. This game was just it wasn't even close. And the Jaguars have real problems. Trevor Lawrence didn't really have himself a good game by all means. He threw a pick and shout out to DeMar Hamlin. Just a crazy story on his end, but Trevor Lawrence 21 for 38, 178 and a touchdown. I know everybody made a big deal about him getting benched in the game, but I wouldn't even call that a benching. The game was over. But yeah, man, Buffalo stays undefeated. And Jacksonville is just kind of scrambling right now all over the place. But my main takeaway from this game was just Buffalo dominated on every aspect of this game, defensively, offensively, and I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like life without Stephon Diggs has been looking good so far. They've been feeding the ball around to a lot of different guys, which has kind of been the expectation going into this. We knew we want to see who's the guy that's gonna be the guy to kind of step up, and it's been Khalil Shakir. But I mean, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 different guys caught passes for the Bills. So that's something to look at for them. The defense, like I said, play very well. Jacksonville, man, they're 0-3, and we gotta have this conversation about Trevor Lawrence. Buffalo, look, man, they're good, they're undefeated. But my biggest takeaway was Trevor Lawrence, man. And I know Buffalo isn't an easy team to beat, but this dude was the number 1 overall pick and just has not been lived up to the hype. I know everybody is like, we got to see how it goes for the rest of the season, and I'm on the same board. But Trevor Lawrence, man, has just not looked good. And this is going back to last season. He did not look good towards the end of last season. Matter of fact, for the whole second half of the year last year, he was been awful since then. Um, yeah, it just has not looked good, and we can't even say he doesn't have the weapons. I mean, Brian Thomas shown he's young, but he's still a really good receiver. Christian Kirk is there. I know they don't have Evan Ingram, but it shouldn't be a 37-point difference on why you don't have Evan Ingram. So that's how people floating that excuse out there. But I mean, Jacksonville has to be better. Doug Peterson has to be better. The defense has to be better as well. The secondary, but yeah, man, Trevor Lawrence does have to do a better job. I mean, you number 1 pick. The expectation of when they got you, you're supposed to be a franchise changer, and you were showing signs that you were, but this drop off is just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you, especially about Lawrence. I think we said like 3 or 4 episodes ago that Lawrence is on bust watch. Like, it's like, dude, you're not progressing the way that franchise quarterbacks progress. Like, you just got a fat bag too, and I don't know. But Josh Allen, exactly like you said, I think right now I think he's the MVP favorite. He had four touchdowns in the first half. Dude, you put up 4 touchdowns in the first half. They were winning 34-3 at halftime. Jacksonville lost this game before they even got on the plane in Jacksonville to come to Buffalo. Like this game was over. It's like we should not even played this game. Jacksonville should have just forfeit and kept it moving.
Yeah.
It's yeah, dude, it was bad. But and exactly like you said, I saw the same thing. People making excuses about Evan Ingram, and it's like you guys did not lose this game because Evan Ingram was hurt. Like
Yeah, like it was a lot of reasons.
yeah,
Not, and I'm not just saying Trevor Lawrence is the sole reason. The defense was terrible, but I mean, like Trevor Lawrence definitely didn't help it. Like he didn't have a good game. He has not had a good start to this season by any means. I mean, you look at some of the winless teams in this league, like Cincinnati too. Um, no one's talking about Burrow playing bad. I don't know if you've seen with that conversation they had on First Take that Burrow needs to play better, but I mean, I'm looking at them. Burrow's playing out of his mind. They're just every single game saying Trevor Lawrence should have played better. But I mean, Jack, I do want. I mean, like I'm looking at their schedule, man. Yeah, they played three really tough teams to start the year, but like, I mean, they got the Texans next, and then they got the Colts, and then the Bears, and then the Patriots. So maybe they can get some wins in there. We'll see what they do this Sunday against the banged up Texans team, but I mean, they should be able to take advantage of them. I think Mixon is not playing. I think Mixon is going to be out. I know Tank Dell isn't playing for sure. They said he's doubtful, unlikely. And then I think their Damian Pierce is out too. So those are their starting running back, and Tank Dell is out. So we'll see if they can take advantage of that. But Buffalo continues to be undefeated, and that's pretty much it for that game, man. Just an absolute slaughter. Moving on to the
Bills defense looked really good too.
bro. And it is that's kind of a shocker to me. I didn't think they were
Mm-hmm.
gonna be this good because I mean they don't have any really big names. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Von Miller, man. Hey, you looking good, Vaughn. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm so happy for that. But I mean, yeah, they don't have no really any crazy names, especially in the back end, man. And they just clamped Jacksonville all around. Like they clamped them. They got after T Law and just T Law. I mean, it was no rhythm. I mean, they were down 34-3 at half. Like you get down 34-3 at half, man. I don't even know what are you going at halftime? Like I don't know what I don't know what the speech is gonna be in that locker room, like because you know the game is over.
Yeah. Do you think Doug Peterson has a chance of being fired? I think he does 100%. And
Yeah, I think he does too
100%.
because they have not, mind you, when he took over there, that was supposed to be the coach to kind of get them over the hump, and they have one playoff win and one playoff appearance, and it's like, yeah, this is only his third year, but like just the energy from last season, it's gone into this season, and that's not a good thing. Like, I mean, it's just not like they look like they're riding off that Tennessee L, like that they still feel that. Like, but I think for them, they got to get their confidence back because you can just kind of tell with that team, they're lacking confidence. And that does start with a coach. Like it does. I mean, you got to get your guys riled up and ready to play this game. I mean, 34-3 at halftime is inexcusable. 34-3, like I don't even think Carolina did get that bad, but I mean, still, like I don't think there's been 34-3 is outrageous at halftime. I can understand like going into the fourth quarter. At you let Josh Allen 4 touchdowns at halftime, like that's nuts. That's something I ain't never seen. I haven't seen in a while. But yeah, going on to the second game Monday night. Now this was a game. The Commanders traveled to Cincinnati, take on the Bengals, and left with a dub, 38-33. I'm gonna start with Cincinnati side of it, the losing side. Man, Joe Burrow played his ass off. I mean, I can't really say too much about it. I do want to bring up a segment, something that really kind of pissed me off a little bit was Shannon Sharp and those guys on First Take when he sat there, and it was Shannon Sharp and I think Chris Canty when they both said this is on Joe Burrow and Joe Burrow got outplayed and he should play better. And to me, just me, I didn't really understand that because Joe Burrow went 29 for 38, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I think this is what the second week in a row that he's left the field when his team has had the lead. I mean, I don't know if they had the lead in the fourth quarter. I could be wrong about that, but I mean, he left it all out on the field. And Cincinnati should not be 0-3, and it's definitely not because of Joe Burrow. But Jamar Chase had a really good game. I mean, 6 catches, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. The defense is just downright atrocious. I mean, Cam Taylor-Britt, he's talking all his trash. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but bro, y'all are getting drove on. Y'all, I think they're like the worst defense in the league. I mean, they're getting killed on the back end. They're really missing Chidobe Awuzie. And I mean, you could just tell all the defensive guys they let go is starting to come back and haunt them for sure, for sure. I mean, it's just they're getting slaughtered. But that's really all to take away from Cincinnati, man. Joe Burrow and Jamar, they're doing their jobs. They ran the ball pretty well, but the defense just got killed. The Commanders, man. Jay Daniels he's arrived. 21 for 23, 254, two touchdowns. I mean, I'll let you take it away with Jay Daniels, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I I could have sworn I was told for the last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks that this man was a bust and he was the worst quarterback ever, alongside Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, uh, all these guys. I mean, damn near what McCarthy, JJ McCarthy too. I know he ain't even playing. Man, I was told he was a bust before the season even started. It's like, man, let the guys play. Give it a season, give it 2 seasons, let them play, let them develop, let them, and this is a perfect game, bro. Like the Bengals, exactly like you said, the Bengals defense generated no sort of pressure whatsoever, and it's like even when they did on like that last play with the touchdown to Terry, it's like
Yeah.
they sent the house, and he still threw it on the money. It's like, dude, he looks good, and he can move too. He had what 12, 13 carries, like 40 yards, touchdown. I mean, it's like, dude, he looks like he could almost be like a little mini Lamar Jackson
I was just gonna
vibe,
say.
you know. But it's like I do kind of worry that he's so skinny that I'm not gonna say I'm not manifesting or hoping he gets hurt. I'm just saying like he needs to put on a little bit of weight, hopefully in the off season. But dude, like he looks good. I'm happy the Commanders finally got a quarterback. But again, like I said last episode, I've been being told all week that this man is the next coming of Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
And it's
what's
like
funny
give him some
is
time.
what's funny is before the season, like in going into the draft, when I said this man was better than Caleb Williams, and everybody called me a dumbass and laughed at me. I mean, of course, Caleb's in a terrible situation, but I mean, Jay Daniels has just kind of shown that he's built different, bro. I mean, this dude, like Lamar Jackson was my pro con for him, but I said, and I said Jay Daniels is Lamar going into the league with a better arm. And I mean, he's literally Lamar with he doesn't have the elusiveness that Lamar has running, but he still is dangerous as a runner. You still have to watch out for his run, but his arm, bro, this dude can his accuracy is not a problem. And I'm glad Terry McLaurin is finally getting some more love. He hasn't gotten this type of love in a couple years. And I think Washington did a really good job putting some pieces around him. It's not perfect, but I mean he's got some weapons. Luke McCaffrey, Zach Ertz, Noah Brown, Brian Robinson and Eckler. I mean, he's got some guys, to throw the ball to. And the line isn't terrible. Like it isn't great and it isn't terrible. It's a middle of the pack offensive line. It's decent enough for a rookie. But I mean, as time progresses, man, Jaden Daniels is gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a problem.
yeah. He one thing I kind of worried about. I feel like he did a lot in college was kind of just staring receivers down like immediately. Like he wouldn't really look at his next option. And it's like I'm on that one touchdown pass to Luke McCaffrey. He was staring him down the whole time. I mean, granted, it was a touchdown, you know. So
Yeah.
like I can't talk crap about it, but it's like that's something I remember I was kind of worried about a little bit with him. That or just like again, he was too small, was gonna get hurt. Um, but like, dude, I'm happy. Like I'm glad like he's doing good. I'm glad like uh, and it's like it's not even like he's like kind of with Caleb. It's like Caleb was labeled as like he had this ready to go team with like the defense was great, elite. He had three great receivers. And I'm not saying he's not, and I'm not saying the defense isn't, but it's like well, obviously seeing what's happened with Chicago. Granted, the offensive line, like me and you could be starting for him right now, but it's like, dude, like he's playing well, especially with, in my opinion, less talent around him compared to Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, this is just I don't know, man. Like I think I said it. I think all the quarterbacks in this class are gonna be really good. I think we're gonna look at this class kind of like I think it was the 2020 class. We're gonna look back at this and say, man, this class was really one of the best because I like what I've seen from all. I mean, I still like what I've seen from Caleb. I mean, bro, the Bears' offensive line is terrible. We'll get into that later, but I mean, overall, like they're doing. I mean, he's still doing the best he can. I mean, he's not just playing terrible out there. Like he
Yeah,
hasn't looked great, but he isn't playing terrible.
dude just
And
threw for 350.
yeah, I mean, I mean, when you ask a rookie to throw the ball over 50 times, I mean, Jay Daniels threw the ball 23 times, had two incompletions. And I think one of them, I think they really ruled it as one incompletion. I can't remember what they said happened to the other one, but regardless, I mean, it's crazy, man. But yeah, that's it, man. The Commanders, they look good. I mean, I'll just say that. Like the defense really concerns me for them. The defense, the secondary is horse shit. I mean, it's terrible. Between Emmanuel Forbes and St. Juice, it's horrible. Like I'm not gonna lie. That's the only thing on that team that really concerns. That secondary is garbage. They can't hold anything. I mean, it's a dumpster fire over there with the secondary wise. But I think as the time goes on with Dan Quinn, it'll get better.
Real quick with the before we move on about the Bengals, I'm not trying to go in on them. I'm just saying it's like they could not generate any sort of pressure. And you said it earlier. I think obviously like most people probably do, like losing arguably your two best defenders in back-to-back off seasons with Bates and Reader is really catching up to you now. And like I think next year they're gonna lose T, and it's like, dude, like the team is low key kind of falling apart. And like the answer for anything is like, well, you got to draft well. You know, you have to draft well to develop like players and compete in the NFL. Like that's with anything. Like if you have a great draft, a team can turn around like that. Like the Texans, like
Yep.
everyone was saying they were the worst team in the league last 2 years ago. Well, yeah, last year before the season started, and it's like they were able to just turn around with one great draft. So like I mean I'm not saying the Bengals are completely cooked or nothing like that, but it's like, dude, like letting Bates and Reader go, and it just looks bad.
And yeah, Reader and Awuzie go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I will say with Cincinnati organizations, like they have the same ownership group, and I'm gonna just say this: organizations that typically have never had success, it's hard for them to adapt when they have the potential to have success. And you've kind of seen this in that they're letting guys walk. Like it's not like like yeah, they're choosing not to pay them, but like at a certain point, you're gonna have to pay your players, man. You can't just keep letting good players just leave. Like, I mean, I understand letting the DJ Reader walk. I mean, I can kind of understand it. You know what I'm saying? You still got some guys, and the D tackle is replaceable. But like letting a Jesse Bates just leave, like you just let him walk out the door, potentially letting a T Higgins walk out the door, releasing a Joe Mixon that wasn't even getting paid house money. I mean, you're starting to look around and you're just like, okay, like this team is getting worse by the year. And I mean, they still got good players. Like, I mean, you still have a Trey Hendrickson on the defense, still got a Sam Hubbard, BJ Hill's there. You still got the same linebacking core. It's a lot of the same guys there, but I mean, losing a cornerback one, I mean, because I think Dax Hill is starting that corner. I mean, Cam Taylor Britt is good too, but it's like they're really missing a Woozier. I know he can't. I know he tore his ACL, but you should have went out and replaced your cornerback one like that. You know what I'm saying? At least got a comparable guy. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. I cooked like it's. I think I said in my takeaway video, I don't think they're completely cooked, but I think it's not looking well. Like who they? Oh yeah, we gonna get into them later. Who they got
Mm-hmm.
this week? But going into the we're gonna talk about tonight's game real quick. So Dallas went to New York, take on the Giants. They left with a dub, as expected, 20-15. I'm gonna talk about this game a little bit briefly. Dallas, they took care of business. It was an ugly win, and that's you can tell this team is different, man. It's official. Like they usually beat the hell out the Giants. They usually beat them. They usually drop 35 to a 40 bomber on them every time. And this score this game was 20-15. Yeah, Dallas has some real. They have some real issues. Like, I mean, I knew it was serious, but I mean, it's bad. Like, they need to really go back and take a look. And I don't want to put all the blame on Mike Zimmer once again. Like, I feel like he's working kind of just what he's got. The defense in the back end is just not talented enough. And I think a lot of people are going to have to start realizing that it's just not talented enough. Like, Malik Neighbors still had a day on him. Uh, 12 catches, 115 yards. I mean, people gonna sit here and say Trayvon won that matchup. He did not win this matchup. Like their Dallas secondary is in shambles, and they're gonna just blame Mike Zimmer for it. But and the offense just does not look good. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Dak had a decent day. He had a good day. 22 for 27, 221, two touchdowns. But I mean, you're playing again the Giants. And they just still can't run the ball. I mean, every aspect of what you want out of a contending team, Dallas is really lacking. They can't run the ball. They for sure can't. They did a good job stopping the run, but can it? They played Devin Singletary. But yeah, man, it just goes back to what I said. The secondary is just not it. And I've been saying this about Dallas since week one. I'm sorry, week two.
Dude, Malik Neighbors looks like legit. Like I know you saw that one play where he completely broke Andrew Booth, like completely broke him. I think it was Andrew Booth anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it was nasty. But like one thing with the Giants, I was, yeah, my fault. One thing with the Giants that I was kind of expecting a little bit more of was for them to run the ball and not give Danny Dimes 40 attempts. Um, yeah, like I kind of thought that was a recipe for winning the game was just to run the ball down their throat. And it's like Devin Singletary had what, 15 carries,
14
14
carries for
carries.
24 yards. So
It's like,
he was averaging
bro.
less than 2 yards a carry. Yeah, I mean, looked like the game plan was just to put as many people in the box and try to stop it. But once again, I always say it, when your secondary isn't good, it breaks down the whole defense. I'd rather have a strong secondary over a strong front seven any day. I'm sorry, but I mean, look, that's just me because I believe it makes your defense better.
No, I feel you on that. It's just I don't know. I kind of I kind of thought the Giants' offensive line was going to kind of be able to overpower the Cowboys' defensive line and just kind of have their way with it. You could kind of tell within the first like quarter what this game was going to kind of be like. Um, but yeah, dude, Malik looks legit, and my boy C.D. Lamb, he had himself. Let me say a half because he didn't really show up in the second half. But he had himself a nice little game, a nice little get back game a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, Cowboys have no sort of rushing anything. Like they cannot run the ball whatsoever. Like exactly like you said, the team is completely different. It's like if they would have somehow gotten Derrick Henry in the offseason, which I know they were in the running for, if they would just paid him, this team would have been completely different.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and he said he wanted to go to Dallas. But I mean, I look at them, man, and it's a lot of things wrong with this team. I think for starters, they need to they only throwing the ball to CD and Jake Ferguson. And I have to go look at the all 22, but I don't know if it's guys are not getting open or what it is, but like they might have to get another weapon too, but they gotta really get this run game going, and they gotta fix a lot of things on defense, man. And again, I'm gonna say it. I think this is a talent thing. I think I've seen Mike Zimmer do really good things with defenses, and with I mean he's had talent, but I mean you look at his back end, man. Who'd you say it was? Angie. They had Jordan Lewis out there, Andrew Booth. I don't even know if Kalen Carson got in today. No, he didn't. I don't see him. Um,
They really
I
miss Bland too.
Yeah, they do, and it's showing like in the slot, like they need Bland back as soon as possible. But I mean, you can't go out there with the guys they got going out there in the secondary because you can't run any man coverage. You just don't have the talent to run strictly zone, and that's why I think the defense is as bad as has it been. But moving on to the Sunday games, we're gonna start in the morning slate. The first game we're gonna go over, well, really our predictions. Vikings are traveling to Green Bay. Now, this one I think is gonna be a really good game. They're traveling to Green Bay. Vikings are undefeated, 3-0. And the Packers are 2-1. Surprisingly, did not expect them to be 2-1 right now, especially Jordan Love going out. But surprisingly, and I don't know if you saw this, Ryan, but the Packers are favored to win this game. They are
Yeah,
3 point. They are favored by 3 points, and ESPN is picking them to win this game 55% to 44. And I was like, what in the what? Like what? It's crazy. Me personally, I
it
picked
made my
Minnesota.
upset pick a little bit better.
Yeah. For me, I picked Minnesota. I would not be surprised if Green Bay won this game, but I picked Minnesota just because I think that their defense is gonna give Green Bay some hell. I know Brian Flores is gonna really scheme. He's gonna do a lot of scheming in this game. I think that I don't know, man. I just don't find. I don't think Malik Willis is gonna make the plays. Like I know the game plan for LaFleur is gonna be for him just to not do go too crazy like he did against Tennessee. But I mean, bro, Brian Flores is gonna throw some schemes at Malik Willis, man. I just don't see it now. Now, look, I would say if Jordan Love were to play, I probably would have picked Green Bay. But I feel like this is not the game to bring Jordan Love back. This is not the game to do that because Brian Flores is gonna blitz the hell out of him. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I don't know. I'm going Minnesota, man. I just don't think Malik Willis can make the throws to win this game. I just don't think he can. And I think if they try to run the ball, even if they do it creatively, I think Minnesota's just gonna sniff it out.
Yeah, I have Minnesota as well. I was kind of wondering and just thinking if maybe they know something we don't, and maybe Jordan Love is playing, and that's why they favored. Um, which would be kind of crazy. I agree with you. I think they need to let him just chill, rest for a little bit, because exactly like you said, they're gonna blitz the hell out of him if he's back there, and he's not gonna be able to really move around as well as he would if he wouldn't be injured. But yeah, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game, and it's gonna be a great game of like head coach versus head coach. I think these are two of the best head coaches in the NFL right now, and it's like two of the best offensive-minded head coaches at that too. And then you have two pretty good, like especially Brian Flores. But who's the Packers DC? I
I
got
think
no idea.
It was Joe Barry.
I think they
Let me see
fired
who
him.
it is. Yeah, I know they fired him. Let me see who it is now.
Regardless, they both the defenses are playing lights out as well. So it's like this game is gonna be really really good. I think the Packers are gonna make Sam Darnold
Jeff
really
Halfley.
whoever the hell that guy is. Good for him. Props to him. I really think the Vikings are gonna. I thought the Packers are gonna make Sam Darnold go out there and like throw the ball, like they're gonna stack the box and make him throw the ball. But then it's again, I think Addison is coming back this game. I think maybe I'm pretty sure at least he's at least practicing.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see how Jair does with Jefferson again. Like I want to see if they lock him up like they did that one game like a couple years ago or a year ago, or if Jefferson just goes off completely. But yeah, with that being said, I got Minnesota in a very 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 good game.
Yeah. Last thing I'm gonna say on it, I think whoever wins that matchup is gonna win this game. Whoever wins the Jair Jettas matchup, I think that's gonna kind of tell the story for the game. But I mean, hey, look, Jair's been having his number. I can't even lie. Jair's been shutting his ass down. So if Jettas can find a way to win his matchup, this game, the Vikings are gonna for sure win it. Moving on to the next game. Now this one, hey Ryan, go ahead and show the hat, man. Steelers are traveling to Indy to take on the Colts. Pittsburgh is 3-0. Shout out Justin Fields, man. He's been playing his ass off. I give it to him. I give the credit when credit is due. The Colts are 1-2. I went there. I picked y'all to win this game. I think I picked y'all. Think I picked y'all to lose every single game. Yeah. I picked y'all to lose every single game. So I'm giving y'all should beat the Colts, but watch it be just my luck that I pick y'all to win this week, and then y'all mess around and lose this game. But I think Anthony Richardson is. I don't know, man. He's not having a good start to the season. 36 for 73, 583 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Just has not had an ideal start. Offensively, the Colts have not been a team that I thought they were going to look like. Um, and I think Pittsburgh's defense is kind of riding high. I think Tomlin's going to put some pressure on Anthony Richardson. I think TJ Watt's going to have a big day in Indy. And I think Pittsburgh's going to they're going to win the game, but I think it's going to be kind of an ugly win. We'll see. The Colts defense is not that good at stopping a run, so I expect a lot of read options between Najee and Justin Fields in this game, getting Cordero probably or him or Warren involved too. But I have Pittsburgh winning this game by they're gonna cover the spread for sure, for sure. I think the spread is a point and a half. Yeah, they're gonna cover that. I say they win this game by at least 6 points.
Man, I'm glad you finally on the right side of history. I'm glad. Now, if we lose, you are banned completely from picking the Steelers in any game. I don't care who they are. We play Dallas next week. You better hammer Dallas next week. That's all I gotta say. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna get our revenge off of last year. Last year we got killed 30-17 in week like 15, 16 or whatever. Um, yeah, I think exactly like you said. I think TJ Watt gonna have himself a day. Warren is out, so it's gonna be Patterson and Naj, and I think Naj is even dealing with an injury.
They got him listed as questionable.
He's out.
Yeah. I say he didn't
Mhm.
practice today. He's probably not gonna play.
No, no,
So it's gonna be Cordero.
no. And I'm excited how they use to see how they use him as well. Um, yeah, dude, we better win. That's all I gotta say. I'm hoping JPJ kind of locks down Pittman, and we can just force Anthony Richardson to make a dumb decision because it seems like kind of like Will Levis, where every single week, um,
Yeah, he
Anthony
making the
Richardson will just make a bet.
shenanigans.
Yeah, he just makes a stupid play, and it's like it just loses the game for him. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I mean that's really. There was a graphic where, and they were talking about on the McAfee show. And that's the only reason I saw it, where they were like comparing TJ to Latu, and they made like if I find it, I'll send it to you, and I'm sure I can probably put it somewhere here on the podcast if I find it. But it was like a graphic they used of like Latu right next to TJ, and it was like a picture of both their faces like blended into one face, trying to like almost disrespect TJ. Bro,
That's crazy.
I hope TJ sees that. I'm expecting TJ to go out there and have like 17 sacks. Um, Pickens have like something slight like 92 touchdowns, and we win by like a couple thousand points. That's all I gotta say.
Moving on to the next game. Now we're gonna talk about my team. The Broncos are traveling to New York, take on the Jets. Um, Broncos are playing at noon, which is again new for us. But yeah. So the Jets are 7.5 point favorites in this game. I picked the Jets, so this is the second week in a row I'm picking against my team. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think this game is gonna be a very nasty game. This is gonna be a very defensive game, unless our defense surprisingly comes out there and shits the bed. But I definitely think it's gonna be a defensive game. Raleigh Moss, only white cornerback in the NFL. They completely forgot about my boy Raleigh Moss over there in Denver. And guess what? He was week 3. So just huge shout out to Raleigh Moss. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good game in the aspect of the football I like. I mean, I like seeing these defensive matchups. But I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a very defensive game. I think the Jets are just gonna find a way to come out and win it. I just don't see the Broncos, Bo Nix having too much success like we did last week against them. This is a very healthier defense. And I just think the Jets are gonna probably put up more points. I think final score of this game is gonna be somewhere around 20 to 13, maybe 21. So I see why they got the spread like that, but I don't think it's gonna be just a blowout by any means necessary. The Broncos do have a chance. I'm not just gonna sit here and just say we ain't got no shot. We have a chance, but I mean, looking at it realistically, I think the Jets are just gonna put up more points than us. Just simple.
Yeah, I think PS2 gonna take away Garrett Wilson completely. Um, I had to I benched Garrett Wilson in one of my leagues. I couldn't risk it. Um, yeah, I picked the Jets as well. I think they're gonna run the ball down your guys' throat with Allen Brees.
Especially
And
with Singleton out.
man, didn't he like tear his Achilles or ACL or something and played like the whole rest of the game?
Bro, he tore his ACL in like the first quarter or something like that. And play. Yeah, it was the first quarter.
Dude, do you know how crazy that is to actually like tear something like that and play the rest of the game? Like
Shit,
that's
I'm like,
different.
yeah, shit. I'm like, he played the rest of the game. Shit, I'm like, he can't play. He can't play this game. Like, but nah, man, nah. It's I ain't gonna lie, it's insane, bro. Like, shout out to him, but we picked up Quan Alexander, and Zach Cunningham, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, I expect them to run the ball too with Brees and him, but I will say this: the one thing, the Broncos defense isn't the best against the run, but you're not going to beat us just running the football. You're going to have to put the ball in the air, and I'm really interested to see what the Jets come up with, what Hackett and Rodgers come up with, because, like I said, we have 3 really good corners. Jaquan McMillan, Pat Surtain, and Riley Moss. They're not just going to give you everything. I expect them to fully go after Riley Moss. But I mean, hey, he's been holding his own. I mean, I know he's given up. All the catches he's given up are like insane catches. So I mean, look, hey, look, by all means, they're probably gonna go after the rookie. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to move Garrett Wilson in the slot, but what they don't realize is Pat is going to follow him. So Rodgers, they're gonna have to get really creative on how to get him open. But that is a match I'm really excited to see. And I think the last time the Broncos played the Jets last year, yeah, I think Pat for sure won that matchup. I know he got a pick on him. Like I know for sure he won the matchup last year, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think kind of exactly like you said. The PS2 will follow him. He will travel with him, and I think the only way that Wilson really has like a big impact on the game is they're gonna have to get him in motion a lot. They're gonna have to confuse the Broncos defense, and just hope you can catch a quick one with Garrett Wilson. I mean, I think if anybody is gonna be able to dissect that defense right now in the NFL, it would probably be Rodgers. You know, um, but yeah, I mean,
All I'm gonna say
I don't
is,
know, dude.
all I'm gonna say is, even if they try to match him up on anyone else, hey, bro, what Jaquan McMillan was doing last week and what Riley Moss was doing last week, the Vance Joseph wasn't against lining, Evans and them like them on Evans and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes, but I expect this to be a full defensive game.
Yeah,
I mean, look, it's gonna. Hey man, people gonna see, man. That's all I'm saying. People gonna see about this defense, and everybody was like Broncos have a top two. When I said that, hey, bro, I'm looking. This secondary ain't no joke, but I have the Jets winning this one.
yeah, I got the Jets winning as well. I think I also think this is the best defense that Bo is gonna face so far this season.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of excited to see how that works and just kind of how to see his development, especially against a great defense like the Jets. But also like I mean we've been able to see the Jets have been able to like the defense has been able to get beat. I mean even with what do you call it? I think it was what
Titans.
week 2. I mean the Titans even they were able to dissect them a little bit towards the end of the game as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean I got the Broncos. I got the Jets winning, not the Broncos. I got the Jets winning.
yeah. The last aspect I'm gonna talk about, and then I'll leave it here. The Jets corners, I think, are allowing the least amount of yards of separation, and the Broncos receivers get the least amount of separation. So it's gonna be a very ugly game for our wide receivers. I don't know what Sean Payton is gonna try to scheme and do. Hopefully, we play Mims and Franklin a little bit more to try to give them. They got more snaps last week, so I'm hoping he's deciding to work them in. But that's gonna see if they play, man. I think we got a real shot at winning. But I mean, if he go out there with Cortland Sutton, he's getting boxed. Anybody who got Cortland Sutton in a fantasy league, drop him because I dropped him. I think in our league, I dropped the shit out of Cortland Sutton. I'm like, I'm not finna do this.
The
I
switch
dropped
up is
him and
crazy.
Javante. Yeah, no, I dropped the shit out of both of them. I said I'm done.
No,
But
no. You trade Devontae to me.
no. I meant Javante. No, Javante
Oh, I thought you
Williams.
said Devontae.
Yeah, no. Javante, man, I dropped him too. Just a waste of my. I mean, he's not gonna just sit on my bench. He's gonna sit there for the whole season.
He damaged goods at
Move.
this point.
Yeah, man, it's bad. Moving on to the next game. The Saints are traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Um, yeah, man, this one I talk about. It's gonna be a good divisional game. I went with the Saints. I think the Saints gonna have a big bounce back game. Um, I think Atlanta. I don't think it's gonna be an easy win by any means necessary. I think Atlanta's defense is gonna do a really good job against the Saints wide receivers. We'll see how that goes, but I'm taking the Saints here. I think the Saints gonna get a bounce back win. I just don't see. I mean, Ken, I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta won, but it's tough, man. Atlanta. I didn't like what I saw the last game, how they beat themselves at the end there. I'm not gonna judge that for this whole. I mean, it's a divisional game; it can go either way. And the Falcons are favored, surprisingly. Like they're 2.5 point favorites. I mean, really, because they're at home. But I'm taking the Saints in this one, man. I think the Saints' main objective is gonna be really to run the ball and try to go to anybody besides AJ Terrell, not throw the ball too deep, and throw it away from AJ Terrell's side. So we'll see how it goes. But I took the Saints.
Yeah, I got the Saints as well. Um, I think, especially with the more so on the Falcons, um, the last 3 games they've played, it's not really like they going out there like the Eagles game. They really didn't go out there and like win the game. They should have lost if we being real. If Saquon would have dropped that ball, they would have lost. They would be 0-3 right now.
Oh,
It's
three,
like
yeah.
against us, like granted I get it. It's Kirk's first game, off the Achilles, everything like that. Like he didn't look good. Kirk has not looked good, and it's like you brought this guy in and you paid him all this money and like
He
It's
looks okay. He hasn't looked great.
mm,
He's been okay. He's been alright. Like I feel like, but you can obviously tell he's hurt though. He's not the
yeah.
Kirk that we used to see. I mean, he's hurt. Like you could tell he has not fully come back. He probably should have took a little bit more. But ain't no should have. He should have took some more time off. But I mean, yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think Kirk has been playing that well personally. I also just don't think again the Falcons have really gone out there and like proved besides that last drive against the Eagles that like we are a dominant force. I also think um the Falcons defensive line is causing like the least amount of pressure in the league. I saw something like that. I got some stat something like that on Twitter about it. Like they're causing the least amount of I don't know what the word would be,
Yeah,
pressure, I
like
guess.
pressures,
Yeah,
hurries,
it's
all that. Yeah,
like,
yeah. Like
and you
I think
brought these people. My fault. You brought Matthew Judon in to do that, and it's
you
like,
still got Grady Jarrett.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying you also brought in Matthew Judon to also help with that, and it's like it's not helping at all. And I don't know, the Falcons just haven't really gone out there and like wowed me at all. Besides maybe that last drive, but they should have even lost that game. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I think the Saints are gonna dink their Duncan way in this game, but I think it's still gonna be a little tough. But I think they'll win this game. Like you said, Atlanta just I've liked some things I saw, and I really don't like some things. I think they should be better though, for sure, for sure. I think they could be a team as the season goes along. They might get better, but yeah, I'm taking the Saints in this one comfortably. Going into the next game, in the morning slate, the Rams are traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bro, what did we say last week about the Rams, bro? I'm telling you, just something about them. Their backs against the wall. Stafford and McVay found a way to win, but I think this game is going to be pretty easy for them. I think the Rams are going to find a way to win this game. I ain't gonna say easy. The Bears are favored, which is to me that was the shocker to me. I didn't think they were going to make them the favorites. One thing I will say, the Bears have a chance because of their defense, but their defense is still really good. I just think they're gonna you're gonna have to really take away Matthew Stafford. I mean, you're gonna have to make him play really bad to the point where they have no shot at winning this game. Because if you keep him around, he's shown he does not go anywhere. And I just don't think the Bears are just gonna have their way with the Rams defense. The Rams defense is not good, but that Bears offensive line is not good either. And I don't know, man. I just both teams really aren't that good. But I mean, like, yeah, the ESPN gave a point two. It was 49.9% for the Bears and a 49.7 for the Rams. So, like I said, this game can really go either way. I just took the Rams because I'm trusting Sean McVay and them will find a way to win this game. But I mean, the Rams defense has not been looking good by any means necessary. So it can go either way.
Yeah, I almost went with the Bears personally. I kind of expected them to like, especially the offense. Grant, I guess I said the same thing last week. If I thought that was gonna
Yeah.
be Caleb's breakout week, I don't know, dude. I guess I'm just waiting for it. Like I'm expecting it, and I want to be ahead of the curve of with it. With it, I mean, I did pick the Rams. Just the exact reason that you said of. I just trust Stafford more than any player in this game. I trust McVay and that coaching staff more than the Bears coaching staff. Um, I did not know the Rams were not favored. I expected them to be favored. Um, but yeah, especially showing us like, oh yeah, like they can even now still beat a team like the 49ers, even though they were banged up. It's still the 49ers, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of, I really wanted to go with the Bears. I just want to, I want to like the Bears. I want to root for the Bears. I want to see them have success, but it's like, until they show it
Yeah.
and until they prove it, like I can't, you know.
I will say if there's one game, it would be this game. Like I said, the Rams defense, they have the worst ranked defense in the league. They're 32nd. Against the pass, they are 32. They're 29th. And I want to against the run, they're terrible too. They're bottom three against the run. So if there's any game, it's this one. You're at home, you got them in the morning. I think this is a game you could do that. But
Aren't they starting Roshan Johnson or something like that? I'm thinking that
yeah, like I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, hey, look, it's some juice looking in Chicago maybe this week, but I don't trust the bad offensive line. I'm sorry, like the line. Maybe they go in there with the game plan of having Caleb try to get the ball out earlier, and I mean, but they're gonna. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know, man. I gotta if the line has a good day, line has a good day. But I'm not gonna bank on it, man. I'm taking the Rams. But yeah, that's gonna be a closer game in the early morning window. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Now, this game has the potential to be kind of the game of the morning. Um, Playoff rematch in the wild card. The Eagles are taking on the Buccaneers. Both teams are 2-1. Eagles are traveling to Tampa for this game. As of right now, the Eagles are the favorite, which is kind of surprising. The Bucs are at home. This game was very close for me. I almost took Tampa. I really did. Matter of fact, let me make sure I didn't take them. I think I wait. Did I take Tampa? I did. I took Tampa. My bad. Sorry, everybody. I took Tampa to win this game. I think Saquon and them have been like they've been really good. The one thing that concerns me is I know that they have the potential to. I think Vita Vea is playing this game. Antoine Winfield is getting ready to come. He's questionable, but I think he's gonna play. Um, the Buccaneers injury report is very questionable. They have a lot of guys, but I think AJ is gonna be out for this week, and I think, like I said, the Bucs have the potential to be healthy. I think a lot of their guys are gonna play this week. I think they're gonna get Antoine Winfield back, and the way Bucky Irvin's been running his football, I think they're in. I think the Philly could be in for a rude awakening, man. I mean, without AJ Brown, they were able to make it last week, which is kind of surprising. Like Devontae had a good game and Goddard had a good game. But I just one thing about Tampa, they capitalize really well off turnovers. And Philly has been like Jalen Hurts has been turning the ball over a lot. And I don't know, man. I just you know how those games you can just kind of smell it. Like I feel like Tampa is just gonna go in there and win this game because Baker just seems to have Philly's number, man. I don't know what it is, but like he got their number, man. And like I feel like Mike Evans and Godwin they gonna match up well with this secondary, and it's gonna be a long day for Philly, man. They gonna need Saquon to bail them out.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like I went with the Bucks as well. I almost went with the Eagles for that same reason, of like I just kind of had a feeling Saquon could come out and just like go crazy, but Eagles don't got AJ, they don't got Lane, they're not gonna have Devontae. It's like, bro, like eventually it's gonna come to the point where it's like you're losing like such crucial people. I mean, we're seeing the same thing with the 49ers right now. It's like you're losing such crucial people to your team and to your guys' success.
Yeah,
That I mean, Lane Johnson could easily, if you want to consider him, maybe I consider Trent Williams, but
yeah,
best tackle, second best tackle in the league, maybe third best, whatever
nah,
you want to
man.
consider. He's still a
Yeah,
great
because you
player.
got Trent and you got Tristan Wirfs, and you could say
Mm-hmm.
him. Yeah, Lane. Yeah, man. I mean, Mahalata too,
Penei
but
Sewell,
yeah, Panay. It's a lot of man. I mean,
yeah,
but
and your
I
two starting receivers are out. It's like, bro, like Goddard and
yeah, the Devontae's
yeah,
questionable, but I don't know if he's gonna play or not. And Lane's question. Well, I don't wait. Are they out? Because I don't know if anything came out today. Because it's saying right here that they're both questionable.
I'm assuming they're gonna be out because they haven't participated, and with concussions, it's
Oh
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
doubt they're just gonna let him play the next week. You know, I think next week they got to bye too. I think that's
yeah,
probably what they're gonna wait after the bye and then bring him back.
yeah. But yeah, this game is very and plus, and I think we need to start having a conversation about Jalen Hurts. And I was talking about this the other day. Um, I love Jalen Hurts. That's just me. But I can't sit here and ignore that he has been very and I would and last year I didn't put it on him. I was very blatant about it was Brian Johnson. I felt like and they start off the year 10-0. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, like there was a change in the offense midway through the season, but these turnovers from Jalen Hurts are just they're bad turnovers. Like I'm not gonna lie, like they're bad. Like he's the interceptions are terrible. Like they're bad. He's throwing them. I'm like, bro, I don't know what he was seeing on that play. And the fumbles are just becoming a real issue. Like, even though I know some of them they do recover, but it's just happening way too much. Like, in it- he has to stop turning over the football. But and we didn't really see a lot of that from like the year they went to the Super Bowl. Like he was really clean. That was the main thing about him. He wasn't forcing it. And I still don't think he's kind of forcing it. I just feel like he's not making smart decisions in a bad. And of course, Shane Steichen leaving could play. It definitely played a part in that. But it's like, damn, man, like already got 4 interceptions on the season. I don't know how many fumbles he has, but I mean, for sure, it's a real like I don't know. For me, it's real kind of eye opening. I'm looking at it right now. I'm just like, damn, man, like he really has to chill on these turnovers.
He also just in the run game, he looks slow. Like he looks like he's last year he was hurt, but it's like before that, it's like the year before that, like when they went to the Super Bowl, it's like he looked like not that he was like cruising or nothing like that,
Yeah,
but
nah,
like
but he
he
was
looked like he had
moving.
some movement. Yeah, like this year it's like, and like last year, then the last year, it just looks like he's just either hurt or he's too big. He just doesn't have that like movement to him no more. That like
Yeah,
agility to him.
yeah, I feel you. And Lamar, because Lamar said he felt the same way about him. Like when he went and bulked up, he said, "Bro, I felt fat," and he went back to his skinny, and I mean he's running again. But yeah, man, I'm kind of concerned for Philly because they just seem like a team where they have all the potential, but they are just really struggling to put it together. And I don't think it's all on Sirianni. I mean, when you got all this talent. Yeah, like I'm not gonna put the blame all on Sirianni here. Like I do believe that some of that is on the players too, execution wise, especially on the defense and some of that. But I mean, yeah, if Philly's one of those teams, man, they got all the potential. They just got to find a way to put it together. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, like they have been like I know they've gotten real lucky, but I mean last week, man, they earned that win, flat out did. But I'm not gonna lie, if AJ was healthy this game, I probably would still take Philly. But it's just the fact that they're so banged up, and once they get back healthy, they're gonna continue to win games. They're gonna be a playoff team, but we just got to see them once they get in the playoffs again, man.
Yeah, because that offense, I mean, they look good
Yeah,
for the first little bit against Green Bay, but exactly like you're saying, Jalen just making some dumb decisions. If like that pick last week against not last week, the week before, the week two against Atlanta to end the game, and like even against Green Bay, like he made a couple bad decisions, and I don't know if he threw a pick. I know he threw a pick, but I don't know if he threw two picks or what.
yeah,
But I'm with you. Like it just looked like sometimes he's the one he's just trying to do too much sometimes, like play
yeah,
Superman almost, and it's
yep,
like, dude, just calm down a little bit. Like no one to play is over.
yep, exactly. I agree. All right, so Tom, I'm gonna talk about this next game briefly. The Jaguars are coming to Houston to take on the Texans. The Texans are a little bit banged up. I think yeah, Tank's gonna be out, Mixon's gonna be out. I think Damian Pierce is gonna be out as well. Yeah, this game, Texans are they're injured, but I still think they'll be able to win this game. It's a divisional game, but I think they're still gonna have Nico. Nico's questionable, but all signs are pointing to him. He's gonna play. Diggs should play. Um, and yeah, man, they're playing a really bad defense in Jacksonville. I still think they'll be able to run the ball well with Cam Akers and take over. But I'm picking the Texans easily in this one.
Yeah, I mean I got the Texans as well. I think that the Texans defense is gonna cause Lawrence a little bit of trouble, and even with Tank out, exactly like you said. I mean, you still got Diggs and you still got Nico, and I
Yeah.
mean you even got Akers. Akers been playing really really well as well. I think Texans are just the better organization. Like everything. I just think the Jaguars. It's like, dude, like I'm sorry, they aren't good.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. And the Texans should win this one, even with losing their back and Tank. Um, Going into the next game. Now this one is kind of weird. Like Carolina and the Bengals. Bengals are going to Carolina 0-3, and the Panthers are 1-2. The Bengals are favored 4.5 point favorites, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I keep it 1,000 with everybody on here. This game was tough for me. Like, I mean, okay, look, I'm going Cincinnati, but their defense is so bad. Like, I really feel like Andy Dalton could have a party on them. And I want to give a huge shout out to Andy Dalton, bro. Again, crazy game he played last week. I do think that the Bengals pass rush could hopefully get some pressure on them. Trey Henderson and them, I could see that happening. But the way they played last week, man, and they're going up against the Bengals. Hey man, I feel like anything is possible, but I just think Joe Burrow, and I will say the Panthers low key could win this game. Like I don't think it's out the realm of possibility. I really want to see this J.C. Horn Jamar Chase matchup. I'm really excited to see that, but I want the Bengals, man. I just this has got to be the week you get the win. If they drop to 0-4, the season is over. I'm sorry, if they go 0-4, their season is. I'm convinced their season is over.
Yeah, man, I'm exactly there with you. I mean, I wanted to go Carolina just to be like funny and cool and they're the upset team, upset them again. Um, but I'm just expecting. I mean, again, the Bengals like the offense did not play bad last week. The Commanders just played better. Like I think last week was I think they said the first game with like no turnovers or no punts or anything like that, and like forever. Like both offenses were playing like elite and both defenses were playing like trash. And I don't know. I just
Yeah.
think with I don't know. I got a feeling that the Bengals are gonna come out and get their first win and take care of
Yeah.
business. I mean, that's really it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised also. I know I just said their defense isn't good, which I still don't think it is, but I feel like this could be a week for them to get something going, get something back going there. I mean, yeah, like I just if Carolina wins this game again, man, yeah, it's not looking good for Bryce. But I mean, yeah, man. We'll see how it goes, but I'm taking Joe Burrow,
Man,
man. I think the Bengals know their season's on the line.
I might be the biggest Panthers fan this week. Just put
If
the
they
nail in the
win,
coffin for me, please.
oh my god, bro! If they win that game, that's gonna be man. They gonna oh my god. Moving on to the afternoon slate, the Commanders. Now this game was another tough one for me. I didn't know who to pick. The Commanders are traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Commanders are 2-1. Cardinals are 1-2. The betting favorite right now is the Cardinals are 3.5 point favorites at home. For me, I took the Cardinals. Let me check that. Yes, I took the Cardinals in this one. Um, Man, it really just came down to how bad the Commanders' defense is. I think this game has the potential to be a shootout, and like I said, their defense is bad. Their defense is terrible. Like their secondary is terrible. I think they're bottom three or bottom at least bottom five in every single statistical category defensively. Total defense, they're bottom four, and against the run, they're bottom three. And no, I'm sorry, in front of Baltimore. And then against the run, they're kind of if you we saw what Joe Burrow and them just did to him. I think Marvin Harrison start him in every single fantasy league. They're gonna be putting Emmanuel Forbes on them. And yeah, so the Cardinals are gonna win this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like a broken record. I'm right there with you, man. I think the Cardinals are gonna win as well. I think Marv is gonna have himself a day.
Yeah.
I think, especially if Buddha is able to play. Because I think he's injured. I think he was like limited at practice though, so like I'm expecting him to play. I think Trey McBride he might be out with a concussion. I don't think he practiced today. Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did he?
Well, they're saying he's unlikely to play.
Okay,
I did
okay.
see that today. Yeah, and
But
yeah, Eckler is out though. Eckler's out. But I will say I still think Jaden Daniels will have a solid day. I'm not gonna say that he's gonna get killed or anything like that. I think he's gonna have another solid game. I just think that the Cardinals are just gonna run up the score and they're gonna do it early. And I think they're gonna get out to that hot start like we kind of saw they did against the Rams. And yeah. So I went with the Cardinals pretty easily here.
yeah,
Moving on to the wait, go ahead.
yeah, real quick. I also don't want to overreact to the game, the Monday night game.
Yeah.
It's like he played amazing. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but like it's just like one game as a rookie quarterback against a very very bad defense.
Yeah.
Um, I got to see it again, and I want to see it again. Like I want to see him have success. Um, but I want to see Marv have more success. I want to see him go off, give me like 4 or 5 touchdowns for my fantasy team, and I'm straight. That's all I'm asking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Going into the next game, we're going to talk about this one a little briefly. Patriots are playing the 49ers in San Francisco. Both teams are 1-2. Um, I went with the 49ers here pretty easily. They are 10-point favorites in this game. They're gonna win this one. I think it may be a little bit more of a low. I ain't gonna say low scoring. I think they find a way to get above 20 points. The Niners will, but yeah, uh, they're gonna win this game. Just that simple. Jacoby Brissett. I doubt they making enough plays to beat San Francisco in this game, man. Regardless, I know CMC's out, and that Madden curse is real, bro. The Madden curse. Everybody who sit here and says they don't believe in that, bro. The Madden curse is freaking real. You cannot sit here and tell me it's not real, bro. it strikes once again. But yeah, I think Jordan Mason, and I know Debo. I think is still going to be out. I don't know what they got him listed as. No, 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 no. I think he's coming back in this one, right?
Yeah, yeah, he should be straight.
Yeah, he's coming back. Yeah, I mean, he's coming back. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a wrap.
Yeah, man, I knew that Madden curse was real when Antonio Brown. I knew it was real right
Bro,
then and there.
it's been real for a
Mm-hmm.
while. Like I'm not gonna lie, and I'll be honest with you. I had a gut feeling. That's why I kind of stayed away from CMC, like in fantasy too. Like I made sure to stay away because I'm like, bro, I just know some. I'm like, I don't know what it is, bro. I'm like, but that Madden curse will hit you, whether that your team lose or you get hurt, bro. And all like, bro, how did this man just randomly get hurt and then go see a specialist in Europe and they say he's out months. Like, bro, that's crazy. Like, I'm telling bro, it's that Madden curse, man. I'm telling people that's just bro. If your favorite team player on your team gets on that, I'm bro, people are gonna just start shying away from that Madden cover, bro. I would like if I was a really cold NFL player, I would never be in the cover of Madden. I'm sorry, I could. Going into the next
Yeah,
game though.
sure.
Yeah,
Real
yeah,
quick, I think the exact same thing what you were saying. I think just the 49ers would come in and dominate. I I'm especially last week because we didn't really like talk too much about it. Uh, dude, Purdy played very well. Like he did not lose that game for him. And I'm seeing people on Twitter talking about Purdy's trash. He sucks. He's this. He's
bro.
that. It's like I love trolling 49ers fans. I got a couple buddies that are 49ers fans. My girl a 49ers fan. My mom a 49ers fan. It's like I love trolling 49ers fans. But like Purdy is like he's a good quarterback. He's a
Yeah.
solid quarterback. And I think when
Well,
Debo
no.
comes back and Kittle, I think Kittle's playing um, this week.
Yeah.
It's like they're good.
Yeah, what's funny is everybody's like, man, what are you gonna do when Debo, Kittle, and McCaffrey and all of them go out? They were out. This man played a perfect game. So, like, I mean, hey, people can say what they want. Like, man, Purdy's legit. I've been known he's legit, and that's just what it is, man. Like the people can say what they want about the guy, but I mean, it takes a lot. The guy's not turning the ball over either, man. Shout out to Brock
Yeah,
Purdy.
he turned.
They
You
go
got it.
ahead.
You got it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, yeah, like he's not turning the ball over, man. Shout out to him. He's balling, and there's nothing really nobody can say.
He turned that man Juwan Jennings into like prime Calvin Johnson for a game.
Bro, come on, dog.
Bro went
Like,
off.
bro. But yeah, man, the Niners are gonna take care of business. Moving on to the next game, the Browns and the Raiders. Browns are traveling to Vegas, take on the Raiders. Both teams are 1-2. The Raiders are favored by 2.5. In this game, I think I went with the Raiders. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, this one it was a tough one for me. Yeah, I went with the Raiders. Um, this game, I just I just smelled a Deshaun Watson meltdown. Like, credit to him, I will say. They're finna play Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, and we've seen how bad that he's played against these lines. We saw what Dallas did, we saw what Jacksonville did, and then we saw what the Giants did, and the Raiders are right next on that list. I just think they're gonna lose this game. I don't know. Like, I know the Raiders secondary isn't great by any means, but I'm sorry, man. I just think Deshaun playing that defensive line is just gonna fold under pressure.
Yeah, I think the Panthers just I thought the Raiders coming off that loss against the Panthers and just getting embarrassed. I just can't see, especially at home, just letting it happen 2 times in a row. I just
Yeah.
and also like I know you saw with Antonio Pierce where he was basically calling his team out publicly, talking about like people just stop trying, people were making business decisions and won't make a business decision going forward. It's like I just think his team is just gonna step up and just like come out pissed off and just lay it on the Browns. But I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I think the line for the Browns too is gonna fold. I think it's just gonna be a mess. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. But that's just my prediction. Going on to the next game, the Chiefs are taking on the Chargers. Chiefs are undefeated. Chargers are 2-1. The game is in LA. And the Chiefs are 7-point favorites on the road. Now, this one is very weird. I don't know if Herbert's gonna play or not. If he did, either way, I think I went with the Chiefs. But I think if Herbert should play. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. But yeah, man, the Chiefs should take care of business. But this is a game I really almost went with the Chargers. To be honest, the Chiefs, we all made a case, should be 1-2 right now. Like there's real like cause for them barely being really 0-3 to be a toe away maybe, but 1-2 for sure. But I really like what I've seen from the Chargers. Herbert is just not healthy right now, and another reason I went with the Chiefs is I just don't necessarily trust these Chargers receivers. Lad McConkey looked really good last week, and Quentin Johnson hasn't looked terrible, but he hasn't looked great. He's looked pretty solid, but um, I don't know, man. It's just I wouldn't be surprised the Chargers do win this game. It just smells like Patrick Mahomes has not been playing too great. Been turning the ball over a lot, and I will say this Chargers defense is really good. Harbaugh has them playing their asses off, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This could be the melt. I won't say the meltdown, but this could be the game where the Chiefs kind of really struggle because, like I said, that Chargers defense been playing really good. And I think Mack and I know Bosa's questionable, but I think they're gonna. I think he's gonna play. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, this could be one of those games, but I went with the Chiefs just to be on the safe side because I don't know if Herbert is for sure gonna go or not.
Yeah, man, I went with the Chiefs, and honestly, I didn't really put even a smidge of consideration into the Chargers. I mean, both their tackles are probably going to be out. Alt's out. Like I'm pretty sure 100% he's out. And I think Slater he hasn't practiced. You got a banged up Herbert. Exactly like you said, Bosa's hurt, and he wasn't even able to play the game last week. Herbert's hurt, and Derwin is out. Got suspended for a game. It's like,
He
dude,
sure did. Yep.
it's like, man, I can't pick them. I can't pick the Chargers. I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Yeah. So all this questionable. He's expected to miss the game. Bosa didn't practice Wednesday, and Justin Herbert's been limited at practice. Yeah, so another reason why I'm glad I went with the Chiefs, but it still could get a little bit mucky. Just I will say for the Chiefs offense, but I think the Chiefs will still find a way to win the game. Going on to the next one, Sunday night game. Hey man, it's gonna be a good one. Bills and the Ravens. The Bills are 3-0 traveling to Baltimore. Baltimore's 1-2. This is a literally season. I'm not gonna lie, Baltimore has to win this game. I think just plain and simple with that. Their schedule is brutal as hell. They got Buffalo, Cincinnati, Washington, Buccaneers, Browns. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like their schedule is looking pretty tough. But if there's any game, I think Lamar can try to. Hey man, this is the game. You got it in Baltimore. And this game is to me, I think it's gonna be a real defensive game. I'm really interested to see in how it's gonna play out. I did go Buffalo. Now, I wanted to go the Ravens so bad because Lamar's my boy, man, but I can't ignore what Buffalo's doing. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Josh Allen's playing out of his freaking mind. He's got 7 touchdowns. I don't even think he's got a turnover. And I'm not gonna lie, the Ravens defense has not been bad by any means necessary. I just don't think their offense is gonna be able to do too much against Buffalo's defense in this game. Buffalo's defense been playing really well, like I said. And I mean, like Baltimore's defense has not been good against the pass. They're the worst in the league. Um, which is a lot of people don't realize that, but their defense just in total, it hasn't been that great either. I think it's below average. It's bottom 15. I'm looking at it in the league. I mean, their defense has not been the same, and I'm not without Mike McDonald, and I just see Buffalo winning this game. Baltimore's favored, but I think they're being generous here. I think Buffalo might beat the shit out of them. No, I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
Yeah, I obviously I'm hoping Buffalo walks in, makes them 1-4, and no 1-3, my fault, and leaves. But I really think this has the potential to be one of those like all time like great Sunday night. We will remember this game for the rest of the season type of games. Like I think Josh Allen is gonna go off. I think Lamar is gonna go off. I just think they have a great. I just think it's to be a great game, and exactly like you're saying, a good defensive game as well.
What's funny is that the Ravens have the number one offense in the league, and total offense in the league. And the funny thing is, we've been all talking about how one dimensional their offense has been, and they still find a way to have the number one offense in the league.
It's
But I
Lamar.
just think, yeah, Lamar, man. I mean, he's ridiculous. Okay, I shouldn't have said I think they're gonna get the shit beat out of him, but like I just the way I think of this game, and if they're Buffalo, hey man, they're going to stack the box. Like I know, like they're going to go in this game and be like, we're gonna make them try to throw this ball on this. And I'm not gonna lie, the Baltimore better be lucky that this game that they got this game at home. Because if this game was in Buffalo, it wouldn't be a doubt in my mind that Buffalo's winning this game. But yeah, I'm still going Buffalo, man. I just don't. The Ravens are gonna have to play like Lamar's going to have to play out of his freaking mind for them to win this game. He's gonna have to have like one of the best games of his career, if not the best game in his career for them to win this game.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I agree. I've also obviously I know you've never been to Baltimore before. Baltimore Sunday Night Football. I went there for the Steelers Ravens game, dude. The energy is electric. I think that's gonna have something to do with it. Like the stadium is so freaking loud, and it's
Yep.
like,
Hmm.
um, obviously I'm not saying that's gonna have everything to do with everything, and that's gonna completely impact the game, but like M&T Bank is a legit like it's a legit thing that like the home field advantage is like legit there. Um, Dude, I'm just hoping for this to be a great, great, great game. Obviously, I want Buffalo to go in there, and I am picking Buffalo as well. I do want Buffalo to go in there and just kill him. But like, I love Lamar, dude. I love Lamar. One thing, this is kind of off topic of the game. What team are you most worried about right now? Like you're most like hit the panic button on them. Like you are completely worried about them.
In the league, like
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Everybody, the team that you are the most worried about. If you want me to go first, I got you.
Yeah, yeah. Go first.
Mine's the Bengals. Easy, easy.
Crazy.
I mean, like I know they always start out slow, dude. If you go into Carolina and you lose this game and you are 0-4, it's like that defense does not look good, and the offense besides Jamar, Burrow, like that triplet, that trio, whatever you want to call them. I think Zach Moss is all right, and I think Gesicki is all right, but it's like, dude, you're going to be 0-4, and it's going to be tough to catch up in the loaded AFC.
Yeah, for me, I would say I will go Jacksonville. To be completely honest, it was either out of them and I know Dallas just won, but I'm gonna go Jacksonville. They're Hey man, they have a chance to be so bad they can legit be 0-5. Like I think they'll beat the Colts. They got the Colts. They have a 3-game homestand with the Colts, Bears, and the Patriots. Now they can recover their season from there, and hopefully, but then after that, you got Green Bay, Eagles, Minnesota Lions, Texans, and it's like I'm looking at Jacksonville like, bro, these dudes could legit be one of the worst teams in the league this year. And I think if that's the case, and I know T Law's still young, but you definitely got to hit some panic buttons around that building, whether that be like getting, Doug Peterson being the odd guy out or getting another new wait, because he's calling the offensive plays, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were talking about that on TV about this is like the first year he doing it, or the second year or whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's that. But yeah, like I would say the Jags. I mean, I was really close to going with Dallas because I do not like what I see. But I'm gonna go Jags, man. I think there's some discussions to be had about them potentially, just being it's not looking good. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, Jacksonville is really, and that's the biggest shock. 0-3. Now I knew that they were gonna probably start off rough, but I thought they were gonna at least find a way to get one win because I ain't gonna lie, starting off 0-4, the season is, and the Colts game is not like it's gonna be a for sure win. You see what I'm saying? Like it's still a divisional game. They could legit start off this season 0-5. They start off the season 0-5, and Trevor Lawrence is still playing the way he's playing. Like, I mean, do you go to Mac Jones? Like I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But like some you start off on 5, it's bad. Like I'm not like you start off on 5, you might just take I'm taking for the rest of the year
No,
at that point.
I feel you. I'm the exact same way with the Bengals. It's like, man, let's say they lose against Carolina.
Yeah, if they lose against
They
Carolina, the season's over.
they got Baltimore. That's probably a loss. Giants. I mean, man, they just
Yeah, no, I
lost to
ain't
the
gonna lie to you.
Commanders. You
Yeah, no,
know,
I'm not gonna lie. If you lose to the Panthers, the Giants are completely on the table.
you got the Browns, the Eagles, the Raiders, the
Oof,
Ravens again,
oof,
the Chargers, the
oof,
Steelers, Cowboys,
oof,
Titans,
oof.
Browns,
Okay,
Broncos, Bengals. I'm off of Steelers.
okay. Look, I'll say this: if they can beat Carolina, here's what'll happen. I think they can beat Carolina. They got the Ravens at home, so that can go kind of either way for me. Um, I mean, Joe Burrow is playing good. That I think that's the biggest bright spot in that is he is still playing some of the best. This is the best start he's had to a season in his career. So I mean, like that has to account for something.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
but
see a scenario, bro. Like I just think Joe is gonna put together like they're gonna if the defense can pick up, they'll eventually will win. Because I'm not gonna lie, they should have beat the Chiefs. Like we should be talking about them being at least 1-2. So if they can go out there and beat Carolina, and if they lose to Baltimore, they'll still be 1-4. That's still not over because you got the Giants and then you got the Browns. Like those are some winnable games. Like we could be talking about for them after week 4, 5, 6, week 7. Week 7, they could be 3-4, and they're still in the mix. See what I'm saying? But we'll
no,
see.
man,
I mean, I
yeah,
see some winnable
yeah.
games
I
for
mean, I
them.
I feel you, but like you could also make the same argument of like Joe Burrow's playing out of his mind right now, and they still losing. It's like, man, you lost to the Patriots and the Commanders. Both, like I thought they'd be 2-1 at this point.
Yeah, yeah, but I will say this: they lost both of those games. Like all the games they lost to that they lost have been really close. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like man, the first game. I mean, I don't know. I just they're gonna get a win. Like I mean, Joe is putting up. He's bro. I think they should beat Carolina. Now if they go 0-4, I'll say it right. Their season is over. You start off the season 0-4, unless in their schedule is in the schedule to where they're gonna win, like go on a crazy win streak and just beat like. But I mean, they have some winnable games, man. Like I think the Panthers, the Giants, the Browns, the Raiders, the Chargers, like the Titans and the Browns again, like they have some winnable games, but we're just gonna have to see, man. I just don't see a way they start off on 4. They start off on
No,
4-8, man. You gotta pull the plug on this. I don't
it
know.
it's funny because we've been clowning on the Panthers for the last 2 weeks. Man, if they win this week, they 500.
They went, hey man, they 2-2. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Dave Canales again, man. Pulling the plug on that and like, hey man, it could just save their season just that quick. But yeah,
Yeah, and if let me look, what are the standings like in the NFC South? If
in the AFC South,
yeah, let's say that
you mean the North?
yeah, no, in the South. Let's say the Falcons. I said my fault. NFC South. My fault. Let's say the Falcons beat the Saints. All right, they're gonna be 2-2. The Saints will be 2-2. Let's say the Eagles come in and beat the Bucs and the Panthers win. They all 2-2. It's like the Panthers are right there in the division. I'm not saying they're gonna win nothing, but it's like, dude, they right there in that division. And it's like we were clowning them the last 2 weeks, talking about giving them Bojangle tickets for free and saying they're the worst team in the
They were that
league.
bad, though. I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, they were that bad, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like, hey, man, shout out to Dave Canales, like I said, but it was warranted though. They were terrible. Like it was a dumpster fire. They kind of put out the fire a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. But I don't know, man. Like I'm looking at it right now. Cincinnati, they're gonna get a win, man. I just don't see. Like I mean, bro, 0-4 is bad. Like
I mean,
that's
I,
bad.
I think they're gonna get a win as well, but like
Yeah.
for me, it was more of like dude, I'm just worried about like their offense is playing this good and they still losing. Granted, like they lost a crazy game against the Commanders. The Chiefs game could have gone either way. It's like they could easily be 2-1 right now, and then let's say they beat the Panthers, they 3-1. But like eventually, these close losses, do start adding up, and eventually, it's
Yeah.
like let's say you get a close loss against the Panthers and you 0-4, but you got close losses. Those close losses don't mean nothing at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, they were close, but eventually you just went a month straight with no win. You know, it's like, and then you gotta not go to Baltimore, but you gotta see Baltimore, and then exactly like you're saying, like if they lost to the Panthers, that Giants game ain't no joke either. And
Yeah, nah, man.
what do you
You
call
gotta
it?
really take that.
And Burrow always loses in Cleveland. He always loses in Cleveland. So it's like, man, let's say they go 0-7, got it, and then they play
Nah,
Philly.
0-7 is
They
crazy.
play Philly.
0-7 is
It's
crazy.
like, bro, like I don't know. I'm just going through scenarios in my head. I don't think they will. I
Bro,
think
ain't
they
no
beat
way
the Panthers,
it's
and I
no
think they beat
way
the Giants.
they lose to the Panthers and the Giants. It's just no way. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
If that happens, Zach Taylor's fired after you go 0-6. Zach Taylor's job is gone. Like he's getting fired.
and man,
I'm sorry. Like
I'll
if
be
you start
sitting
out
there.
0-6 with Joe Burrow, you're like you gotta go, bro.
I'll
You
be
gotta
sitting
go.
there with the meanest smile on my face, sitting there, sitting there watching 0-7. They gotta play the Raiders, man. Maybe Devontae has a quick little 3 touchdown game on him.
Oh my
Man, let's hope
god.
0-8. Gotta go to Baltimore 0-9.
Look,
Gotta come see us 0-11. Man, they might be the first 0-17 team now that I think about it.
all right. So that's gonna do it for all of our predictions. But I do have a question for you, Ryan. And, pretty sure we're gonna make this into like, just there's just some questions like we do at the end of all the episodes. So I got a question for you, and then I'm gonna answer. Give me your best defense right now. Right
Steelers.
now in the league.
Steelers.
No, unbiasedly, who has the best? Who do you think has the best defense in the league?
I'm
Because
being for real.
statistically, you got the Steelers at 1, Seahawks 2. I don't really count the Seahawks too much right now. The Broncos are 3. So I just want to get so who do you think is so? Give me your best defense in the NFL, realistically.
Steelers.
Okay. So
I,
so
I
okay.
I'm
So
being for real. I'm being 100% real. The best defense right now after 3 weeks is the Steelers. It's like what we've only in these last 3 games allowed what 10 points. The max is 10
bro, y'all
points.
have played. Okay, look, I'll give it to you, I guess. But you played the Falcons. You did a good job. You played the Broncos, and then you played the Chargers with Herbert coming into the game hurt and leaving the game.
Yeah, but you can twist that either way. Like you can be like, yeah, you played a bad Falcons team, or you played a beat up Chargers team,
Well, okay,
or you can come in and be
I'm
like,
gonna give
man,
y'all more credit than Seattle because Seattle legit has not played really. They played New England, Miami, and Denver, and they gave up 20 to Denver. So like, I mean, Seattle, like, I feel like their stuff is very inflated from that Dolphins game too because they played Skylar Thompson. But I will give y'all credit. Y'all defense has. I'll give you credit. Y'all defense has been playing really well.
man,
I
I
mean,
get
y'all are
it.
holding teams to 8.7
Yeah,
points a game, bro. Like,
I
yeah, I'll give it to y'all. And against the run, y'all are top 3. I will give you that. I'll give you that. I give you that.
best defense in the league. I don't like the disrespect of trying to twist it into being like, man, you guys only played the Falcons, whatever. Man, the Falcons were the NFC South favorites entering the league.
Oh my god.
And we came into Atlanta and beat them with nothing but defense and Chris Boswell leg. Man, I'm cool with that.
Well,
I'm cool with that. And
I
then last week I remember hearing a bunch of stuff about how Joe Alt was gonna lock down TJ and we were gonna get the ball ran down our throats and
oh
blah
my
blah blah. I
god.
think the second half we allowed like -5 yards or something like that. It's like, bro, like I get it. I get it. The you can twist it whatever way you want, but give me the Steelers defense. That's all I gotta say.
Whew. All right. Not for my answer. I want to go with Denver. I do want to go with Denver, but I have to go with what I've seen and what the stats say. And it is the Steelers defense. They got the best defense in the NFL right now. The Steelers have the best defense in the NFL right now. I mean, it's just the
Thank
Nah,
you.
man. Look, I
Thank
give it to
you.
y'all. I mean, look, they're allowing 8 points a game. TJ's playing out of his mind. I mean, I have to give it to them right now. Right now, I'll say it's the Steelers. But yeah, I'll go the Steelers. Second question.
Vikings as well. Vikings as well.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Vikings, bro. And yeah, we're gonna put that in there. Yeah, man. No, shout out to the Vikings. They got a really good defense as
And the
well.
Packers. And the Packers. The Packers defense is elite too.
They're good. Yeah, yeah.
They're elite. They're elite.
No, yeah, they're elite.
Elite.
But like, I don't know. We talking about top 3. Top 3 for me. Top 3 is Pittsburgh, Denver, and Minnesota. But second question I got for you: best secondary in the league.
I don't know. I gotta think about that a little bit
Okay,
more.
okay. Look, okay, I'll go first. So I'm gonna phrase. Okay, so who do you think is the best secondary in the league? Me, I'm going with Denver, man. Pat Surtain, Raleigh Moss is the start of the year he's had. Jaquan McMillan, who I think is playing, who I think is the best slot corner in the league right now. And Brandon Jones balled out, has been balling out, been balling against Tampa. Shout out to PJ Locker, the safety man. I mean, we're talking Pastor Tan, what he's doing is just special. I mean, holding. I have to look at the stat again real quick, but man, past Sertan, we gotta start having a real conversation about this guy maybe going down as one of the best corners to ever. What he's doing on a week to week basis against these wide receivers is just remarkable. I'm trying to find the stats. Um, I'm really am trying to find the stats for you guys real quick on what he's held these receivers to. But I know they've all been like. Give me 1 second.
I'll give you. I can't really
Here,
think of one. You want me to
go.
go? Or you want to finish?
No, I'm gonna fin. I found it real
Okay.
quick. So yeah, he's held DK to 29 yards, Pickens to 29 yards, and held Mike Evans to 17 yards. I mean, this dude has just been absolutely phenomenal. And then I'll pull up Riley Moss stats. Riley Moss he's putting up the same numbers as Sauce Gardner right now in coverage. So I mean, he's allowed Riley Moss 12 receptions allowed on 18 targets. He's allowed 112 yards. Um, we're not really giving up anything per attempt. I mean, he's having a really good start, and this is a guy. He's only started 3 games. Shout out to Riley Moss and Jaquan McMillan's a dog, man. So I will go best secondary in the NFL right now is the Denver Broncos.
I I got like three
Oh
that
my
I'm kind of thinking of. Granted, I can't really give you like a definitive answer. Um, I think the Saints defense, like the secondary, is playing lights out of their mind. I think the Jets, pretty solid as well. Dude, I think the Falcons are like low key kind of solid with Simmons,
And Bates,
Bates, Terrell.
come on, man.
It's like, dude, I think that they're nice, dude. Like,
You got to
um,
give me an answer. Don't hate because
uh,
you can't hate, man. Because right now, hey, look, against the pass, we're second behind Seattle. But I mean, we being completely honest, like Seattle, they like I said, they're inflated from that Dolphins game, man. Come on now, look
if
at
you
what Pat's doing.
if you would have asked me beforehand, like before the season started, I probably would have said it would be the Jets.
Yeah,
Um, dude, I don't know. That's a
come on, man.
I,
You just
I
don't want to say, it's us.
nah,
Come
dude.
on, man. Bro, Pat Surtain is shutting down half the field.
Man, I did like how you used the word hold when you was talking about holding Pickens, because that's all he was doing all game was
He
holding
was
Pickens.
not holding Pickens, bro. Oh my god.
Um, dude, I want to go with the Saints. I think Alante Taylor pretty solid too. Marshawn Lattimore, Honey Badger, Gula McKinstry.
Dude,
Um,
against the pass, where bro, the Saints are they're bottom 8 against the pass, man. What are we doing? Give us the
dude, I don't
credit.
know. I'm gonna go with the
Give us
Pittsburgh
the
Steelers.
credit.
That's my answer. I'm gonna go with the Steelers, and that's it.
Oh my god. Okay. All
I
right.
will, I
So
will, I will give you guys the credit that your guys' secondary has been elite. I'll give you that.
all I gotta say, bro, don't if we find a way to beat the Jets and it's because of our defense playing so well, hey, you better come on here full respect. I
I'll,
don't
I-
care.
I'll find that Broncos hat that my dog was wearing. I'll find that and I'll bring it on the pod.
Bro, man, like I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, in all seriousness, no, I gotta go different, man. And shout out, I want to give a shout out to Pastor Tan. Just and I'm not gonna lie, the league has been picking on him too with these penalties. The league has been picking on him. A lot of the penalties have been really ticky tack, but man, this dude, and I'm not gonna lie, Garrett Wilson. Hey, look, if he has a good game, he has a good game, but dude, this dude is he like I don't think we've seen a run like this. Like, I mean, this is like dating back to almost his rookie year with these numbers. I wouldn't say his rookie, he had kind of struggled a bit his rookie year, but like it was still really good. And ever since then, this is on a week to week basis of him just like holding guys to under like, bro, guys aren't barely getting 30 yards. You know how crazy that is? 30 yards. Hey man, shout out to Pat.
I got a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Who do you think is better, PS2 or Sauce?
Stop it. It's not even a question. It's not even a question. And it's past Sertan. And I hate that people ask this question. Pat is such a better corner. Like, and Sauce is gonna get paid more. Obviously Pat got paid first. But man, Pat, they're both really good. I'm not saying Sauce isn't good at all. Sauce is great. But Pat Sertan is like on his bro. This dude, the run he's on, like, he's not giving up anything. He's not giving up anything. Nobody wants to face him, bro. I'm sorry. Like, nobody is in watch him have his first bad game of the year against the Jazz after I say all this. But
Man,
like,
you was
bro,
just going in, talking about how PS2 the best. I mean, I think PS2 the best as well, but
hey man, I'm sorry. Like, and I got respect for Sauce, bro. But this dude here, I mean, what I saw, I mean, he took Mike Evans completely out the game. He did the same thing to DK. Like, Pickens had a better day, obviously, but bro,
he should have
DK
had that
and
touchdown. He should have had that touchdown, but
yeah, but that
they
wasn't on
got
Pat
called
though.
back, whatever.
That wasn't on Pat. But anyway,
No. I'm talking about the long ball on him. Wasn't that a touchdown,
that
or
wasn't a
did he?
touchdown.
Oh, okay. I thought he got a
That was a
touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah, no, he should have got that, but he didn't. But
It took 2 weeks for you to admit it.
no, I mean, he should have got it. Like, I mean, I don't know what the flag. I mean, yeah, flag got called back, whatever. But I mean, what he did to DK and Mike Evans was criminal. But yeah, man, talking
Yeah,
about some
I
D.
can't lie. He did lock up DK and Mike Evans. I just can't let you do my man Pickens like that. I cannot let you do him like that. I will defend him to the grave. That's all I gotta
Man.
say. I'm out.
Yep, that's it. So that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Um, yep, that's gonna do it. We'll see you guys after so we're gonna drop an episode either Monday morning or Sunday night. But until the next one, guys, peace out.